between him and Ame, because I think Ame probably has the only say in the team to be saying, I want to play this hero, and Zhao 8 has to say, yeah, we're picking that hero no matter what. And we saw that from a lot of the coaches as well in different teams.
Alrighty, with the sound of the horn in Barclays Arena from Hamburg, Germany, there is only one thing left to do before we start our day, and that is, of course, to officially open it.
The battle begins.
Our arena is definitely ready to get the day started, and it is such a big question. Who's going to be progressing? Who are we potentially going to be saying goodbye to? We do have our first series, Extreme Gaming, up against Enigma Galaxy, and this is a tough one. One of the teams, they've been in elimination multiple times. The other side, Winter, well, they've had a flawless run so far until now.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really tough, especially for XG, because the momentum is not on their side. They just came from a loss, and Enigma Galaxy, they're definitely feeling good, after yesterday. And they're going to have to, figure out how to just move past that and try to just focus on this game where the coach is going to come in to like a huge role here.
May I say a quote, and you guys can tell me who said it?
All right.
Upper bracket is for bitches.
Guys, not here.
Huh?
That's effectively this team, right? If there's one team that can go through the lower bracket and actually be fine, it is this one. Like, this has happened so few times, and this is one of the teams.
All right, I'm just excited then to see what's going to be playing out for this series, and of course, to bring our teams to the stage.
And we're back. Extreme Gaming!
After an entertaining and flawless run in their road to the international playoffs, everyone thought this team was unstoppable. Would there be an answer? Yesterday, we saw them fall a little bit short in their series, but they have a second chance here. They're going to have to bring everything out to try and change the tides against their opponents.
Choose wisely and crush those responsible. Enigma Galaxy!
This team has been self-described as one to thrive on the brink of elimination. They love the pressure, their backs against the wall. This is where they get to show exactly what they're made of. They've been able to do it time and time again so far at this event. Will the streak end now? Will the dream live on here, Jenkins?
I mean, they are against a very, very tough opponent. Extreme was defining the entire meta for the road to international, and I think because of that, they had a huge target on their back. That's the thing. People figured them out, but they defined the meta. Can they redefine it? Absolutely. They just did it. Like, I really believe in Zhao 8's ability to come up with something fresh here. He watched the NGX games yesterday, said Muerta mid. I don't care. I've got an answer. And I'm excited to see what that answer is today.
Oh, absolutely. But you also need to be aware that they need to prepare for multiple teams. Like, they are preparing for this series, which definitely is the most important series, but they also need to prepare for BBT versus Heroic, which they're going to be playing if they win against one of these teams later. So not an easy prep for the coach as well. I think this is one of the toughest ones for them.
Yeah, not at all. It's going to be a very long day for whichever team does come out as victor here. However, our previous encounters of these two teams are kind of few and far between in the last calendar year. They haven't really been making it to the same sorts of events, and so we have to look at just exactly what has occurred when they've played, whether it's a best of one, a best of two, or a best of three here.
Yeah, so overall, I would actually say for NGX, Extreme is their biggest rival. They have been beat out by them, and you can see that they have played a decent amount, group stages and whatnot, but in terms of actual knockouts, it has been 2 times this year that NGX has been knocked out by Extreme. So that is, you remember that, right? That sits with you. Like, you don't remember all the teams you lost to in the group stage, but you do remember the guys where, like, your back is against the wall, their back is against the wall, and then they beat you. They're the better team.
Right, they're the ones that take it up to the next level there. Something that is going to help them, though, is maybe looking back at exactly what success they found in previous series. Some combos that have really helped them out. For Nigma Galaxy, is that Storm? It is.
That's Stormer.
Storm. He was, of course, with us during the Road to the International. Now he's in the arena enjoying all the games going on. But Nigma Galaxy, let's focus back up here and talk about some of the success they've had in the past. What's gone with them now?
Yeah, I think they really powered up yesterday when they were playing against Team Tidebound, the strategy that they did run, not just this Muerta in the mid lane with Helm of the Dominator, but also throughout the season 2025, they had, I would say, okay-ish result. This is nothing too crazy. I think most of the heart attacks are given to the Nigma fans. So whenever you're like watching, it's very, very difficult. Like it's just a roller coaster of emotions every single time they play. And during this Road to TI playoffs and the main event, Nigma is always on the brink of elimination, which makes it super entertaining to watch. And they have probably one of the biggest fan bases, which makes it even more entertaining to watch these type of games.
I mean, I would also say that both of these teams, they are like playing really well in the last couple of months. So they definitely figured something out the last 2 months, and they're ready to show even more improvement here.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Both of the teams have powered on at the exact time of the year that they need to, which I think for one team has the entire China region essentially behind them and voting for them, and then you have the other side, which is one of the biggest fan bases that just really wishes this team could finally do something, and they finally do at the tournament that matters the most.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are going through those different stages of grief, whether you're at one or not, where you're wondering, am I ready to start believing in them? And I'm telling you, if we see any of these two combos, you can definitely start believing that Nigma Galaxy know what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, both teams here, like they really like the Bane, but the difference is Nigma, they usually like to pair the Bane with more like team fighters, like being more aggressive, whereas for their opponents, actually, whenever they pick the Bane, it's usually to pair with like a carrier, hyper carry, like anti-mage type of hero. So I think there's a very stark contrast with how they utilize the hero.
Bane is a very interesting hero to me because we've seen a lot of people try to counter it with, Abaddon, take off the grip, silencer, you global silence, and he can't Fiend's grip. And it really doesn't seem like this is the strength of the hero anymore. It does, you pick it and it makes it feel bad to pick a lot of the mid lane pucks of the world. Like it does have that function, but it's more like you see GH running around and making so much space with his body. Like that's really what it's about, making space.
Yeah, we've given a refresher course of people who might just be tuning in for the first time or have maybe been overwhelmed by all that data of exactly what sort of heroes we're looking for these two teams to find success. But either way, all their prep has been done and dusted. They're in the booths and they're also in our lobby.
Extreme Gaming versus Nigma Galaxy. Game 1.
Game number 1 for these two teams fighting up against elimination and each other. Let's see exactly how the draft is going to shape up. Lacoste bans that Bane. We talked about it going in, how important it was for the side of Nigma Galaxy, and XG take it out along with picking up the mask for themselves.
It's a very annoying hero to deal with. Like you're going for that one extra wave. We saw yesterday GH really punishing when they were trying to go for that extra bit of a split push, trying to make something happen on the map. BKB piercing tool, his positioning was stopped here. And these are some of the heroes that we talked about, that Extreme Gaming, especially XXS, he's one of the best Mars players in the world. They're not afraid to first pick this hero because it gives you team fight. We saw yesterday Falcons as well utilizing this hero pretty much perfectly. You can build into different items. Even Nigma Galaxy used it really well. I would say Noob had one of the better overall Mars performances. Well-rounded hero, a much stronger laner than most people do do expect.
It's definitely rising in value, I think, because of the build that Lacoste, I feel like you mention it every day, like people are not just going Blink Dagger Rush anymore. And also the heroes that Mars pairs with really nicely in the game, like Snapfire Phoenix. These are some standout heroes that we're seeing become very popular in the main stage. So you pick Mars, and it's not like you can even ban out the heroes that combo with it, because so many of them are good that it feels like you're going to have a good Mars pairing.
And sorry, I wanted to backpedal a little bit. So yesterday against Tidebound, they also banned the Centaur. I thought the Centaur ban was targeted at Tidebound because Bart likes to play, but today they are banning the hero again. So I kind of find that was an interesting ban in the first phase, you know. But Centaur is not a common ban in the first phase.
Do you feel like then it's something that is prevalent amongst the Chinese teams? Because that's one of the best things about the international, is seeing how each region likes to have their own unique hero pools for a specific role or a specific playstyle.
Yeah, definitely. Because at least for me, you know, Centaur is not a hero that I would, you know, first phase, you know, and he's a hero that I think can only come up in the right matchup and in the right game. It's not something that, oh, I'm just going to pick it like a Mars where I can just make it work in most of the games.
This is the big one from yesterday when they were playing against Tidebound. Omar had extremely good game of Clockwork. He was pretty much the whole playmaker, and now when you pair him up with the Invoker, you can have a very easy setup for your Sunstrike later on. A Forge Spirits, we saw Invokers, again, going for the Helm of the Dominator, being a bit of a zoo hero as well, making sure that he can easily rotate. You can also just send your stuff to the side lane, have global presence at the Sunstrike, but also still getting some XP and the farm from the mid lane.
Yeah, we talk a lot about the tri heroes moving around in the early game. I think as Invoker, you would definitely want bodyguards, you know, like Clockwork, that can either set up a Sunstrike or at least protect the Invoker when he's getting pressured in the early game, you know. So I think Clockwork is definitely one of the better ones at securing the rune. And we also talked a little bit about that as well yesterday when it was the Invoker against Brute matchup. Whenever you have this type of matchups where the mid laners don't really care about the runes, sometimes the rune fights, you just want the support to walk over there and just secure it.
I was kind of expecting the Snapfire to come out. I mean, it's such a good combo with the Mars. Arena into Mortimer's Kisses is a free kill on pretty much any hero. You can easily double tap the Clockwork cogs with Little Shredder and get out of the cogs. And you can cookie your team out of cogs. So it felt like a really good pick here. And then Elder Titan, one of the best position 5s in the game at guaranteed securing the lane. Also something you can throw a big Earth Splitter into the Mars arena. So lots of pairings with Mars right now that look really good.
And also the fact that you amplify the Snaps ulti. I think that part is probably one of the best parts about this duo, Snapfire and ET. And we always mention that whenever you're picking duos, you really want to cover all your bases, right? You don't want to have support duos where they either deal too little damage, or they don't have stuns, or they don't really have any ability in the team fight, right? So Snap and Elder Titan kind of covers most of that department, and the Mars will give them the catch.
I would love to see some Pipe Fire for Nick Galaxy from the offlane. It is an insane amount of magical damage. You did mention Meteora as well, which is going to amplify it. And this is relatively easy to execute combo from Extreme Game. Sure, if you miss a spear, if you use Mortimer's misses instead of kisses, that could also be devastating. But I do feel like, you know, these professional athletes are going to be ready to use those spells correctly. And right now, if Invoker gets initiated on with any of these spells, especially with the arena, he's just very dead unless they're going to be picking up some safe hero from position.
Yeah, but I think with the safe hero as well, right? If you have a safe hero, the Mars is just going to go for the blood spot, right? And then it's also probably going to be hard for you to...
You can block it inside of the arena, which gives you vision, so you can save that for potential saving. We saw them play some Observer Wards. I think Victory Feast, overall, we've seen more of it because it does give you ability to get that extra bit of a heal, extra bit of a damage that lasts for a really long time.
What do you guys think is the counter to Invoker mid right now with the Forge Spirit plus Dawn build? You think it's going to be Brood?
Because you kind of need...
okay, well...
Okay, that's the guy.
That's what they think.
I mean, the Sniper kind of, I think, does the same thing as the Brood, where... Because I feel like the main idea why Invoker mid is very strong right now is he actually kills the tower. And Sniper defends the tower, so you can't really play the way you want to play with the Helm as the Invoker. So in terms of playstyle, I think the Sniper is a really, really good answer against the Invoker.
He can kill the Dom creep as well. Yeah, that's
and he's also really good against the Troll and the Pug now. Okay, he's not so good against the Clock, but I think overall this is a really, really good Sniper pick, and you know, it's XM Sniper.
Yeah,
he wants to play Sniper.
I'm shocked they had to make it this far into the tournament for us to see like XG making it this far and having this be the first sniper pick of the tournament is really goofy to me.
It is, it is. I think they need to remove some of the heroes from the offlane that can get on top of this sniper. They're removing Magnus. I think potentially Primal could be really
Primal.
good because you don't care about ET that much in the lane. You're caring more about, you know, any kind of stuns, anything that can
Displacements.
lock you down. Exactly.
Like he's very weak to displacements, you know, like Sniper doesn't want to be found in a team fight, so if you actually can find a hero to do that, like Dominic you mentioned, the Primal, the Magnus, we're
जो
probably
rocket
going to see
shield
those
पे damage
bans.
नहीं करता है वो
Pango can also work. Anything that can get on top of them.
Yeah, actually it's a
अब
pretty
मारो
good Pango game.
Do you feel that Extreme
Yeah.
Gaming's lineup is a little too
Body
dependent
में
on a
मारेगा
Mars
तो
initiation
मर
at the
जाएगा
moment that if he blinks and it's not an arena that catches more than one hero, is this going to be a team fight that might not go in their way? Do they need a contingency in that
I
form?
mean, they need an active carry. I feel like because whenever you have Sniper mid, you are going to be playing for the Sniper. The Sniper is essentially your carry, right? So Ame kind of maybe would be playing more of a supporting role this game. So he kind of has to be more active to help out the Sniper. Any gate carries or someone with a stun to protect the Sniper.
A lot of the heroes that are really good against Sniper from the offlane are already banned out. Lycan is out, Centaur is out, the Primal you guys mentioned.
sniper लिया है
I mean, if they wanted to pull some heroic
Sniper
strat,
liya
they
hai.
could go Pudge.
XG
Technically, does Noob want to play a Pudge offlane?
I know you want to see one.
I mean, it is Clockwork Pudge. This is literally what heroic does.
troll क्या क्या sniper लिया है
It doesn't strike me
troll
as a
warlord क्या
big
क्या
Noob hero.
noob
yeah.
hero.
I mean, I think he's probably going to lean
ठीक है
towards
भाई,
more like the
ठीक, नहीं,
auras
नहीं,
right
नहीं।
now. Like he's going to
ठीक,
try
सही
to
है।
buy, like you already mentioned, they have a lot of magic damage. So he wants a hero that buys the pipe, right?
Yeah, I think Pango's a
मुझे
safe. Oh, never
please
mind.
जवाब दो
Pango would have been very
ये
safe.
सब क्या हो
I guess
रहा
the
है
Primal if they
क्या
want
रहते
to. I
हुए?
think it could be a decent option here against the Sniper.
Yeah, I
दुनिया
think
का
if you're XG,
उलट
you
उलट हो
probably
गया
pick something here that's good against Primal, so that way you're making it like less appetizing to pick.
But is that really the only potential pick that you guys see? There's more aura builders from the side of the offlane, but is there something else that it needs rather than just that potential to build into?
I just think they want to jump from Extreme Gaming
जाओ
because
उसके
right
पास।
now, like the
जाओ
later
last
stages of the game, you're gonna be picking some.
That's the stun. This hero has. Wow. Okay, this is a very interesting hero here. I mean, he did get a lot of I think attention. Like I want to say 2 months ago was Watson kind of popularized the
There's
hero.
a good amount of position 4 as well.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
believe
Hello.
Ur was the one who wanted to
Yeah.
play CK
Bolo.
for a really long time. It's
Sniper
definitely
उठाया
He
right up
definitely
his alley.
fits the way
Bah.
that you want to play for the
अरे
Sniper,
नहीं,
because
थोड़ा
you wanna
नीचे
go
का जाना
and
पड़ा
protect the
इसीलिए।
Sniper, create a lot of distraction.
ड्राफ्ट शुरू हुआ,
But on the
सबको
other
याद आ
hand,
गया
you
कि
know,
हम जिंदा
I feel
हैं।
like the decap is kind of annoying
भी
you know,
याद
for the
करते
CK.
हैं
हम
But at the
ड्राफ्ट
same time,
देखने
he's
का
not
मन
the
था,
main
ड्राफ्ट ही
focus
नहीं
of
देख पाए।
the draft like the Sniper, so he kind of just needs to enable the Sniper.
I like either
Choco
Primal
Snipe.
or Underlord.
Snipe.
Actually, I think
ठीक है।
Underlord is a very good answer
तुम
to this.
ये देख-
It's
really good against
illusion,
CK.
so and you also have a cleave as well on top of all
Yeah.
your abilities that are very annoying for CK.
बाप रे बाप।
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not sure if it actually solves the Sniper problem. I get it against the CK, but
स्नाइपर को ना फुल प्रोटेक्शन चाहिए, नहीं तो गांड मार के रख देगा।
हाँ हाँ इसीलिए तो इतना सारा
maybe
प्रोटेक्टर लिया है
like,
देखो ना
You're eventually going to be getting
आमे स्नाइप आमे ऐसे रे आमे बोल रहा है, ये स्नाइपर है XM।
मिड हाँ मिड स्नाइपर है
Good lord.
you do have a CK
वैसे
class to be able to potentially
ये बहुत रिस्की वाला पिक है भाई।
डिक्लाइन कर दी
हाँ जॉइस,
हाँ भैया
बहुत रिस्की वाला पिक नहीं लग रहा है।
बहुत रिस्की है बहुत रिस्की है
I
अरे मेरा परसेंटाइल कम हो गया फिर से।
वो तो मेरा भी हुआ था। कल ही रात में हुआ था
क्या चल रहा है हम लोग के साथ?
The Centaur is
Average.
ult everyone on top of Sniper, right? It's not like you jump in with the Centaur.
Mila
You jump
to.
in literally the entire team. And in a way, Underlord can also do that.
तुमको एक
If
फ्रिगेट
Alliance
मॉड्यूल
is
मिला है
portal
बहुत
positioning,
रेयर है
this is
मिलना
Noob we're talking about.
yeah, but I do feel like the 3 cost on Nigma Galaxy.
मिला है कुछ और अच्छा ये जेंकिंस क्या बन गया है वो बताएगा
XG side where, I mean,
हैं?
doesn't
नहीं,
much,
पता नहीं।
doesn't need too
That's
much.
true.
The Sniper is the
Jenkins
only one
देखो।
that needs a lot. So I feel like
विन डीजल बन रहा है
Nigma
क्या
is a much
दूसरा वाला
भाई थिंकिंग्स लग रहा है जैसे अमिगो रीव।
that could decide the remaining.
अच्छा
I mean, we're also
Uh-huh.
seeing two first picks in the tournament.
Amigo Reef.
And the Chaos Knight. There's something that we haven't actually seen yet here at TI14. So that's also a big question mark. How are they going to be playing with that despite the fact
और
that we
क्या-क्या
have not
बनता
been
है?
able to see those
वैसे
Ready fast there.
though if that court of
Freddie
Guardians of
Mercury.
the Galaxy is at all as we head on down to the stage with Slacks.
फ्रेडी मर्क्यूरी बन के आया है।
Absolutely. Hello.
हमको पता नहीं कौन है बट आई थिंक गायक है वो।
Of course.
गायक
This place is packed for this series. Mr. Kuro, so good to see you. And I have to say, I think a lot of people are here
Salvage
for you
Brigade
and the
Mongoose.
boys. Got to feel pretty good, but let's get into the
थर्ड रो में
questions. All
थर्ड
right. Very, very mixed draft here.
Walker
We
Brain
got
के
some,
पास।
you know, Mars
Third में
Snapfire
third।
2021 Animator stuff, but two new heroes. We have Sniper and Chaos Knight. Now I know
ये
you
तुम
and me are
अपना
getting kind of old. Do you
क्रिएटर में
remember what
लगा
these two
सकते हैं तो
heroes
एक
do?
स्लॉट
Yeah,
बढ़
of
जाता है
course. We are ready for that. Are you ready
इन्वेंटरी
for it?
स्लॉट।
Do you think you're prepared? Because it's were you
क्रिएटर
surprised when you
में
saw these coming out? I mean,
क्रिएटर
obviously some pretty standard picks coming out from them, but they haven't picked it yet.
तेरे पास एक क्लास का क्रिएटर तो है।
We had an understanding what type of last pick they wanted.
Uro has done the draft mine.
CK instead. Okay, all right, all right.
Yes.
Well, we do have Sumail out here on Invoker again, yet to lose a game on the main stage.
Oh, अच्छा
But who cares about that?
भूल गए सुमेल तक इन्वोक कर लिया तो
Really good with the
Lucian?
crowd energy. Is that why you guys can't
तुम
lose on these some of these
पहले
heroes?
वाला भी वेस्ट किया और सेकंड वाला भी वेस्ट
People
कर
are
दिया।
so good to us.
ये रुसियन मैच देखो
It's really why we're doing this at the end of the day, especially the old time.
वेस्ट किया है ऐसा कि वो गैलेक्सी में पहले से एक डिसोनेंस लोकेटेड था
This is
है ना,
it. You know, we come to
और
play
तुम
TI,
फिर से को
we
डिटेक्ट
enjoy
कर दिया और
it,
फिर
and
से वही जगह
I
पे आ
think,
गया।
देखो रुसियन मैच देखो
पहले दोनों
मैच
ही वेस्ट हो
but
गया।
not necessarily
मैच
a bad
देखो
thing, and we're getting more used to it. But yeah, we're just enjoying it.
ये मैच अच्छा होने वाला है
Sure to enjoy this game
एक
as well.
लोकेटेड
My
था
last
ही,
question
तुम
here
पायरेट
for
शिप
you.
के बाद
Now,
भूल
do
गया।
you think that
जॉइस ये मैच के ऊपर हम लोग का बहुत सारा पॉइंट्स
this is the exact kind of draft
ए
that you
थत
want?
थत थत
Do you
बहुत सारा पॉइंट्स
आई हैव नो होप्स,
Depends on the outcome
आई
of the
हैव
game.
नो होप्स।
ये मैच हक दिया बस इंस्टेंट हम लोग का सब पॉइंट्स गया टाटा बाई बाई
much, ladies and gentlemen?
मेरे 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 पास कोई होप नहीं है। 90% लगता है भैया जैसे हम उदास ही रहेंगे अभी तो मैं
As we head in to game
कोई
one
होप
of
नहीं,
this
हम होप ही नहीं लगा
elimination
इसको।
series.
देखना एनजीएक्स जीत के निकलेगा, देख लो अंडरडॉग बोल के
अरे भाई
देख लो। वो लोग थ्रो करेगा एक्सडी जानबूझ के और अंडरडॉग बोल के ये लोग निकलेगा।
हाँ
स्नाइपर उठाया है।
ये तो नॉकआउट मैच है ऐसे नहीं कि
नॉक हो जाएगा और क्या बस खत्म।
then we have only one thing to say এটা কি জীবন
यही जो भैया बोल रहा है कल से एटा की जीवन होगा।
मेरा तो नाम ही जीवन दे दिए
the tournament to have it come out when we're seeing a lot of these. I mean, some of these mid laners that do suffer, right? A lot of Puck Invoker that can suffer versus something like that Sniper. But let's see, because I've talked to a lot of the pros here, and a lot of them have, I mean, mostly the same opinion on the Sniper. They are unsure how to really build the hero nowadays. The damage just feels a bit lackluster, but let's see what the Master is going to be able to do on it. XM, sure. But we have to look at everything else, of course, too. We have a lot of very flashy things coming into this game. We have ET, I have to mention him, one of my favorites. Love to see this hero. But ending up with the CK last pick into a lot of traditional counters. He's playing into Invoker, which literally was one of the best counters for so long for versus that CK. And they get a last pick Underlord versus that CK too, which is pretty difficult.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what Arme is going to be able to pull off on this hero, as it's definitely not something that other teams would be going for.
Yeah, and he went
Ajay
for
Joyce?
fundamental forging. So to point this one out, you know, since we never have
Bullion?
to see this hero, the facet lets you get neutral items from the next
Bullion?
tier, which could be pretty interesting.
Hello.
If you can get like the
Hello.
Serena ship,
हाँ सुनाई दे रहा है
most of these cores
हाँ,
like
हाँ,
to
दे
have
रहा है।
बोला कि स्लाडर बैन नहीं था ना
नहीं
So far, I mean,
अगर क्लॉक वार्ड के जगह स्लाडर उठ जाता तो पूरा मैच वहीं पे चीज ही हो जाता
Is it easy lane, or could we see Nigma Galaxy pushing Arme out?
They can definitely
Slardar,
put some pressure onto him too, but he does have an
हम
easy
ध्यान नहीं
to
दिए
soak a lot of
इसीलिए
pressure.
पूछ
नहीं, बैन नहीं है।
हाँ तो अगर उस क्लॉक वार्ड के जगह स्लाडर उठ जाता
अरे क्लॉकवर्क लेकिन वो लोग कंफर्ट पिक है, समझ रहे हैं?
हाँ कंफर्ट क्या पूरा सेटअप पिक है मरा 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 सीके
क्योंकि वो
बोलते बोलते सीके डाउन
क्लॉकवर्क मिड में हेल्प करने जा सकता है।
वो सब छोड़ो सीके डाउन
It's going to be another loss if for XG. They lose a third hero.
उधर उधर टॉप में मार दी।
वाह क्या अच्छा स्टार्ट दिया है
यस
पॉइंट्स
मिला।
का फादर मदर सिस्टर होना शुरू हो गया
यस जिनको एक किल लिया है बस यही कमबैक है।
अरे रुशियन को मिला ना रुशियन का है ना जिंको
When they try and step up.
रूम क्या
दूसरा का जीत हुआ है।
रुशियन का है तो जिंको बोला तो
नहीं नहीं
चल।
स्पेशल हुआ है।
जा साला
या तो एक्स नोवा है या तो 9 क्लास दोनों से
हम तो सोचे थे झिंकू
9 यार
हम तो सोचे थे झिंकू है बस हम बोलते हैं अरे तुम्हारा प्लेयर को मिल गया
आज का सब मैचेस बहुत टिल्टिंग मैचेस है अगर इस समय दिखा कि पैसा हो रहा है ना इन्वॉल्व उधर टी विजन और फाल्कन में अगर फाल्कन जीतो
तुम उतना सोच रहे साला हम पहला मैच में मेरा दिमाग खराब हो जाएगा टीम का पहला मैच ही अगर ऐसा हुआ ना नहीं हमको प्रॉब्लम नहीं है स्नाइपर पिक से
कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है
पर लोड़े लग जाएगा
Yeah, looks pretty solid overall, right? Being able to switch between that melee
एक तो सामने दिख रहा है एक तो सामने दिख रहा है तेरे जस्ट नीचे
mid game. I think we've seen what the power of what the troll can do. Although he did lose, I think it was both games yesterday, right? So after having that 100% win rate,
I think we did get a couple. We definitely got at least one.
he won, I know he won one of the ones later on, but
it's definitely not 100% anymore. It's going to fall pretty low here. Another blast comes in. Sunstrike is at the ready if Sumail feels that he can maybe line something up. It's not even going to be needed.
गया
He's got it alone.
क्या हो रहा है आज क्या हो रहा है 4 मिनट में तो 4 मिनट में 4 किल बहुत अच्छे
पर मिनट 1 किल
क्या पता
एनजीएस का बहुत अच्छा था
गया स्नाइपर डेड ओ नहीं स्नाइपर बच जाएगा नहीं किल लेके किल लिया गोल्ड बेनिफिट स्नाइपर को मिला ना चलो ठीक है खेल वो लोग रहा है टेंशन हम लोग को हो रहा है
हम तो टेंशन ही नहीं ले रहे हैं देखे कि टेंशन लेके कुछ नहीं चुपचाप रूसियन के साथ बकचोदी
just on top of things looking for these early movements. I think we've seen this from Omar so many times from Nigma. Either most of the times he's playing
बाप रे
लेके फायदा क्या है
अरे मेरे को एक आड़ करना चाहिए था वो भी नहीं मिलेगा
पैसा इतना कमाओ कि आर करना खरीदो
वो भी तो नहीं हो रहा है 50 इस बार तो 40 रुपए का क्रेट मिला है
as it came in. I think it was literally split second. I'd have to look exactly again, but it almost looked
top
perfect.
lane Ghost. He's feeling the pressure here, but we'll get the whirling axes off and actually able to survive against these two.
Ame is there's just a lot of
अरे एक स्पीयर ये कुछ तो मारो अरे भाई वो ये
नहीं
plenty. Lanes already being broken as we see.
Definitely in the mid though, whilst attention is drawn elsewhere. I think one of the reasons as well we saw Sumail try and go for that attempt of Omar TPing in is because if this gets left as a 1v1, the pressure from XM is adding up.
Absolutely.
It's much harder for sort of Sumail to step up.
जॉयस अगर तुम्हारा कोच ऐसे ड्राफ्ट कर दिया वहीं पे तो तुम सरेंडर कर देता
Really strong matchup.
अगर मेरा कोच ऐसा ड्राफ्ट करता है और हमको स्नाइपर दिखता मिड में वर्सेस इन्वोकर विद ट्रोल जो लेट गेम में छीलेगा ना भाई ना हम सरेंडर हम पकड़ के उल्टा हो जाते पकड़ के मार ले बोलते हैं
तुम वहीं पे चंदर बिस्तर करके खटिया करके सो जाता जाओ तुम लोग खेलो
सबसे पहला इंसान होता है ऑन स्टेज रिटायर
गया स्नाइपर लग रहा है गया मरा और मे बी नॉट बच गया ओ क्लॉक मरा नाइस अच्छा हो रहा है
स्नाइपर मेहनत कर गया ऑन ग्राउंड
स्नाइपर भी लाइक हम अंडरलॉर्ड है
हम ही टैंक है हम ही
हाँ मेरा गांड फटा हुआ है पर हम किसी को जानने ही नहीं देंगे
हम ही कैरी हम ही सपोर्ट हम ही टैंक उसका स्नाइपर का एक ही डायलॉग हो गया देखो
trying to bring any
Asta
attention
hoga
onto that mid
karega.
lane. Yeah, he's just keeps
Or
pinging it. Yeah, he's like, I'm
best.
hitting the mid tower, guys. Look
He's
at this.
getting a lot out of this.
He's gonna bring it down eventually, so let's see how they want to react. He's actually calling for his 2 supports to play around the power rune as well. This tower is going down.
We see this early movement as well. They also have Ghost coming down to this bottom lane as he's come through the gates.
Nice
GH and Omar starting to push Arme away. So at least with the presence of the 4 of them, they'll be able to push onto the tier 1 tower. But indeed, this tier 1 mid going down very, very early here to XM.
It is absolutely dead. Sumail also, deep wards being placed. I believe that's just to block the camp. But Sumail, he does have his loses his tower at 8 minutes. A pretty big deal. So it's going to open up potential movements, or perhaps for
Nigma
XM.
Galaxy
He's gonna find
kahan
a
ka team
camp
hai,
damage.
guess kariye
It's a
to.
big rune.
And indeed, build-wise for Arme, no surprises.
Isin guess karo.
So we'll stick to the armlet
He
this
is gonna
game.
do it.
So
Nahi.
nothing too crazy.
Emirates.
Probably just can't not go armlet, I guess, on CK.
It's
even
just
though
that value.
Yeah.
Emirates.
Fantastic.
UAE ka
There's
team.
quite a
अरे वो
bit
तो
of
दुबई
stuff
अल
to
हब
watch versus
स्पीड
ours.
भी
समझ गया एक
How
एमिरेट्स का
active do you
टीम
think
है
Arme's gonna
और
be?
एक
Is this a game where you get the armlet on the CK and you're turning up to
और
fights?
एक
Or is
team
it going to be
company
armlet
है.
into the beacon?
you want money let's have some fun
Easier CK game, so I'm
kinda
not sure.
get
It
into.
feels like he might have to just sit back
हर
and farm.
जगह
There's a
तेल
lot of
दिख
spells
रहा है,
that are
देखिए.
excellent for him. All the Pugna spells, actually, majority of the heroes, to be completely honest with you. So we'll have to see what he wants. Is see the Tumblr's toy.
Now top lane XM ready to move around the map. Use his power to pressure some of these other side lane towers. He's actually going to come back in with the TP towards the mid as they do want to make sure that Enigma Galaxy doesn't get the chance to put the pressure in. Omar's gone a bit deep here as XM and XNova will quickly deal with him. Another kill for XM as he'll now be in position to hold the defense and ensure that Enigma Galaxy just aren't really getting any damage at all really onto this tier 1 tower. XM being able to pressure and hold the mid very well in this opening 10 minutes.
It's really interesting how they're doing this at the last 2 days of the tournament, right? Switching things up. They have, of course, the CK as their quote-unquote carry, but does feel like XM is going to be that true carry in the mid lane, being given all the space, pretty much everything in the world.
I mean, absolutely right. In these sort of fights, if it sort of ends up with Arme just being on the front lines, dying, it's not going to be the end of the world for Extreme, because indeed XM can be that sort of carry from the mid as the sniper.
I think that perhaps is what he's maybe looking at, right? He's going to absorb a lot of attention and just let XM just peep from the sidelines.
I mean, even if it's just sort of being on the front lines, right, so that the troll, when he goes to ults, he's going on the CK, right? He's not touching the sniper.
Yeah, could be really, really cool to see.
So Enigma Galaxy definitely going to have to find ways to get on top and deal with XM in the skirmishes.
And they do have some tools. You know, they do have the Underlord pit at some points that we'll have to see when they are just able to teleport on top of him. Sumail, we'll get the deny on his
Easy deny.
Dominator. Easy.
Extreme showing it's going to be quite difficult for Enigma Galaxy to enter into the jungle. They did get that Observer Ward down, so decent bit of vision on to Extreme side of the map. We're going to see XXS try for the setup. Kiss is coming in as well. Ghost, of course, will have the chance to get the trance off, but will surely come to an end. And Ghost, he's gone to Sunstrike. Oh, he's ready for it, XXS. He knows.
That was really close. Nice sidestep.
Very, very nice sidestep.
All 3 laners, all 3 cores at the moment having a pretty solid time on this side Extreme. This is going to be a very fast blink dagger on XXS. One of the scarier Mars as well. We've been seeing this hero just rise and rise throughout this tournament, looking super good in most games, and yeah, it's going to be very early timings for him. And it's literally probably the best hero in the game to protect a sniper, right? They've got 3 fantastic tools to protect him. So this type of start can be huge, especially with the way they're, making sure they don't lose their towers here. I mean, GH, he's trying to poke and prod it, but continuous protection.
Coming in with a good angle from the side, gets the setup onto XNova.
It's gone.
Will allow them to continue to hover around here, Enigma Galaxy.
XNova was way too far forward there. XM stepping up. There's a hook shot available for Omar.
I mean, if Omar sees the chance, he will dive for this.
He's thinking about it. There is backup, though. XXS is in the area. No arena, but he has a spear. I think they know. He's pinging.
Let's see who's going to be first to make the move. Need the team content with looking to start a fight.
How's Noob doing on his pipe? He's getting pretty close to it. Ame, they're making the move on him.
They're going to get the catch here. Omar in with a hook shot. Sunstrike coming in as well.
Mara.
Phantasm will be there to dodge it, but
Ame Mara.
still goes down.
Surprised he showed in the lane. I thought he was going to keep jungling for quite some time here, because it's just, if he gets caught from any of these spells, it does feel like he's a free kill. I believe that is the pipe finished up now for Noob. So very early timing versus... the sniper's going to be able to deal a decent amount of damage in this versus this, but the Snapfire and the Mars combo could get answered pretty heavily if Noob just TPs in and pops that pipe for the team.
And we're going to see Arme just going to go full in on the illusions. Wants to get the armlet into the Manta this game.
Okay. Farming build.
Good early pipe timing from Nigma Galaxy, which
it's very early.
Absolutely make the difference when they turn up to the fights.
And they're going the build that we've seen most of the time on the Invoker. He's going for the drums. Some people have been pivoting away from it a little bit here, but more early game fighting they're looking for.
Extreme, ready with the smoke.
Blink on XXS. They've got Kisses plus Arena. And Splitter available too.
The combo is going to be good if they find any sort of these cores, but Omar already ready to sort of disrupt the push forward. He'll throw his body into the hook shot. Samel's still going to get caught here.
बाप रे शुरू पर
he should be fine. Too beefy here on the underload for them to go for. XXS trying to get the connection. Does manage to latch down onto it with the
टीम फाइट अच्छा हो रहा है कोई देख रहा है बैलेंस हो मतलब दोनों साइड से ओह नाइस 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 टीम वाइप होगा टीम वाइप होगा उन लोग का नाइस स्नाइपर फॉर टीम वाइप इज एक्चुअली वर्थ
बहुत अच्छा डॉज किया उसका
डॉज अच्छा रिस्पांस हुआ मतलब इमीडिएट जो रिस्पांस दिया ना ये लोग आज लग रहा है साला पूरा चिंकू को बाल्टी में चुबा के लाया है वो इंस्टेंट जो आया यूजुअली नहीं आता है बाल्टी में चुबा के एकदम लाया गीला कपड़ा से पटकाया उसको बाप रे जो एक भी वो जो डॉज किया था ना बहुत सही था नहीं तो वो गारंटी डेथ था
XSS भी अच्छा बचा है वैसे आमिर
अरे एक्सएम जो उतना देर तक जिंदा था यही काफी है ना चलो आमे का तो पूछ तो मिला उसको पहाड़ में बहुत पीछे वो
और एक सुनो चुपचाप उधर बैठ के स्टन किया जा रहा है रेस्ट किए जा रहा है उस पे ध्यान ही नहीं दे रहा
with this sort of backline damage output, these fights are only going to get harder and harder. The moves, the initiation, it has to be there from Nigma Galaxy or Extreme Game.
रोशन कुछ सीख रहा है ये सब टीआई देख के रोशन में भाड़ में टीआई हम ऐसे चुतियाप नहीं करेंगे
They have damage to go through it.
They really did. It did not make a difference in that last fight at all. Omar's going to try and get in onto X-Nova. Sunstrike coming in as well. X-Nova.
इस बार ये लोग मरेगा ओ भाई नाइस मरा इन्वोकर मरा अगर उन लोग के पास डस्ट ओ सेंट्री है बस मर गया बैक टू बैक फाइट्स टू विन सही है वही ना स्नाइपर को चाहिए थोड़ा सा मतलब पोजीशनिंग वाला फटस करना
उसको थोड़ा सपोर्ट दे दो कि अगर कोई चढ़ रहा है तो मार दो धक्का दे दो उसके बाद पीछे फटे
when Nigma's the one kind of picking, trying to pick the fights after they
catch the smokes. Steel company लोगों को बाहर निकालो, please. थक गए.
Seriously भाई, वो लोग जो कर रहे हैं ना ये सब.
Still just far too much damage, far too much control.
Nigma Galaxy, they've got to really sort of step back, reassess.
Just because money है इतना ऊपर आते हैं.
सिर्फ मनी के बात नहीं है भाई, इतना तो मत करो भाई. सब कुछ में तो ड्राफ्टिंग देख रहे हैं, ड्राफ्टिंग देखकर तो दिमाग खराब हो रहा है. हाँ वो भी है कि कुडोकी अच्छा ड्राफ्टर है
वो अपने टीम के लिए ड्राफ्ट कर रहा है, बट हाउ आर द एनिमी टीम गेटिंग इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय द ड्राफ्ट? वो बताओ, अजीब ड्राफ्ट करने के।
वो नहीं, वो तो तुमको फंसा के ड्राफ्ट करना है, ऐसे नहीं कि तुमको मतलब फंसाता है ना, मतलब वो पता है कौन कौन से हीरो तुम कंफर्ट जोन या फिर तुम खेल पाओगे, उसको बैन करवा देगा या फिर वो लोग ले लेगा, या फिर तुमको ऐसा पोजीशन में डालेगा तुम उठा भी नहीं पाओगे।
हाँ, बोले काउंटर होता है।
तुम्हारे दिमाग में चला काउंटर होगा, काउंटर तो नहीं होगा पर तुम्हारा दिमाग में चलाएगा। प्रो की तो उठाई वैसा ही ड्राफ्टिंग के लिए।
अपना स्ट्रेंथ पे खेलना चाहिए, काउंटर हो नहीं हो
versus something like Mars, CK, these heroes that can just stand and absorb. Especially the Mars, as we saw there, he just faces him.
They'll find a chance to get a pick off there. XXS caught out alone. Nigma Galaxy.
Good catch.
रुशियन अभी ना नैनेट ग्राइंड
Are they going to be tempted now to try and turn this into
तुम्हारे
something
पास
else?
बहुत
They've
पैसा
taken
है,
one of the big
समझा?
kind of frontline presences
तुमको
of
नैनेट्स
XG,
चाहिए,
off the
अपग्रेड
map.
सब
Can you
खरीदने
go
के
for
लिए।
more if you're Nigma Galaxy?
I think maybe that's how their lineup just has to work, right? They do
यूनिट्स
have
नहीं
that
चाहिए
global
तुमको,
threat to
नैनाइट्स
catch heroes
चाहिए।
split up on the side with the clock, with the Sunstrike plus the pits, or with the Underlord, sorry.
Yeah.
But
The team
the
fight.
team fights just seem
बट
way too
प्रॉब्लम ये है कि उन लोग का लेट गेम है,
maybe reassess things, split the map up, try to look at
एक्सजी का लेट गेम है पर उतना खास नहीं है, लेकिन हमको तो लगता है वैसे ही।
Calm down a little bit. Of course, you know, XG, it's not like they
एक्चुअली
line
एक्सजी
things
वाला
up
लोग
and
टिका है ना
even
कि
themselves,
अगर
right?
हम लोग
They're
किस
running
तरीके
a
से
sort of- it's a carry sniper from the mid.
सीके
रोल को गाइड करा दिया,
सीके और स्नाइपर को बचा लो या फिर कोई एक को बचा लो, वो लोग मार देगा।
हाँ हाँ, गाइड करा के बचा दो, दोनों में से एक कैरी और जीत जाओगे वैसा।
उन लोग का मेन प्रॉब्लम ट्रोल से भी ज़्यादा है पगना। पगना किसी को भी डिजाम कर देगा ना तो बहुत मुश्किल है।
ठीक है, आई थिंक स्नाइपर के लिए ये वाला गेम वो क्या है, ग्रेनाडा बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है।
स्नाइपर ग्रेनाडा सिर्फ नहीं है, उसको साला बहुत कुछ चाहिए, साला एस्केप भी चाहिए, एस्केप जैसे अभी है।
क्या है, कुछ है उसका?
हरिकेन पाइक हो गया ना।
In the last few times.
Jin Q also have to keep highlighting him. He's having a pretty flawless game so far in this Snapfire. 4 staff is done after the shard.
Nigma Galaxy is smoked up in preparation.
हम बोल रहे हैं झिंकू को साला बाल्टी में डुबा के लाया, पूरा रात भर उसको बाल्टी में रख दिया था साला।
Nigma Galaxy sort of dragged themselves into the action as well. So
बाल्टी में मैरिनेट हो रखा
हाँ सर, सो ना जाए गेम का बीच में।
I mean, this is just a bit of a bait right from Arme. Are Nigma Galaxy going to commit for this? They seem cautious.
XXS is in the tree line.
I mean, XG is so ready if Nigma Galaxy do try and start something. XXS is going to go for the jump first. Sets up here on and gets the push back with the spit into the
ओ गया और एक फाइट विन होगा। स्नाइपर का देख स्नाइपर का देख पीछे रिलैक्स्ड और बच जाएगा रे।
That's Kiss is used. There's still an arena available.
XG, do they still want to try for more 4v5? They might still feel strong. Omar, barely surviving.
Healing him up. That's what GH is there for. Noob, that was the show of the Crimson. Plus the pipe absorbs a fair bit of damage. Respawn is coming in for the ET. Does Nigma still want to stay in the area? It looks like they do.
XXS.
Trying
jump forward again. Slowly peeping away here at the Underlord. Noob down to half HP.
It's adding up.
Watching for the sidelines. Noob is, he's starting to drop now. The heals are coming in. Cookie gonna connect this time. Noob's gonna be fine. Arme's actually trapped to the side in the cogs. Sunstrike comes in. Arme's in trouble. Goes.
Gaya.
Just able to take him out.
Gaya.
Nigma Galaxy, they know they're gonna try and push this for more. The arena will be dropped down to try and hold them back. XM peeping and goes to the
भाई तो शुरू हुआ। नहीं वो डिजाम किया ना पगना, देखो ना पगना को स्नाइपर गया, स्नाइपर गया डेड। ओ बोले थे ना जॉइस, पगना इज द मेन प्रॉब्लम।
पगना को एम करना होगा, ऑलवेज एम द सपोर्ट।
सपोर्ट से भी ज्यादा वो बंदा ना इधर डिजाम मारेगा या फिर वो इधर चूस के कैरी को बचा लेगा।
They're whittling him down, but he actually did his job, right? Absorbing so much pressure, and then Ame getting caught on this south side. makes the difference here. A great
As we'll
buyback.
see it here, right? Arme heads up, but it's straight into
So
Ghost.
dangerous.
Ghost in position, and Omar right next to Ghost there. He can be there to trap whoever headed up to the high ground, and it being Arme meant that
ना इसमें आमे क्या गलती
from
है
Extreme Gaming
ले
getting
लो
taken
फाइट
out
में
so early in this team fight.
हाई ग्राउंड क्यों गया वो
No,
गधा
XM, he is in position. He's starting to do
क्यों
the
गया
damage,
हाई
but
ग्राउंड
Ghost
सीढ़ी के ऊपर
getting the
जाना ही
odds
क्यों
off
सीढ़ी
before
के
that
नीचे
Spear
फाइट हो
Injury
रहा है
was there.
And the buyback, right?
Meant that
नहीं
they had
हमको
the
तो
chance
चूल
to
है हमको तो
do
एक
coming
स्टंट है
in to make
ये
sure
ले
that XM did not
उसको लगा था हम साला जाएंगे एक चुल मचा के आएंगे जैसे प्रभात करते हैं एक राइट क्लिक करके आएंगे उसके बाद देखा जाएगा
उधर देख रहे हो तो ट्रोल वॉर उधर डंडा लेके खड़ा है वो कॉर्प्स लेके अपने
They broke the formation, and that's kind of the key. What allowed them to enter to that one there here too. As Ags is finished up from Sumail, as we said, the Crimson in the pipe was finished from Noob, and even after the buyback, he's actually still pretty good on that net worth chart. Top up there. That was beautiful.
Yeah, not an easy fight to make happen, but they managed to do it, Enigma Galaxy, setting the game back to very even territory here, 16-16.
And it probably makes Ghost feel a lot better in terms of his matchup, as we saw there. Even with just a Battle Fury and a Yasha, he can turn up with all those auras and all those buff ups.
Oh, for sure. That was a risky call to make for him to get involved, but it absolutely pays off this time.
The magic. Stars aligning.
Let's see where they head to next. Starting to look towards the bottom side of the map. Arme, how's he doing on the progression? Very
Still
close
pretty
to
good.
having at least the Orchid online.
But completely stabilizing things on the side of Enigma Galaxy. Net worth completely back to zero. I believe they're actually in the experience lead after that fight as well, after being about 1,000 XP behind too. So XG slowing the pace down themselves, looking for those next few items. XM getting closer and closer to that Mjolnir. They do have to watch out in terms of these, at least in these fights, if they can get these, you know, GH in particular, we didn't get to highlight him, but ending up with a triple kill in that last fight, he got a lot of healing off as well, too. So this Pugna, this pesky Pugna does have to be addressed as well.
I mean, the support duo of Enigma Galaxy, we've seen it from these two before, right? And on these heroes, GH on his Pugna, Omar on the clock. They get a lot of work done.
Omar and his clock has been insane on this main stage, finding both supports even earlier before the fight started, too. These type of things are huge. 2K lead now for them.
Yeah, as we see that as well, even though the Ghost had the tougher start out of the carries, already so far, he's managed to do twice the amount of damage that Arme on the CK has been able to do in these fights.
Cool. Very cool.
So a lot coming out here from the Troll, and this is pre-BKB, as I said. That was not easy for Ghost to do. Next fight round, he will have that BKB complete.
That probably was all that last fight. He literally was attacking
अच्छा
for so
ट्रोल
long.
को बैन कैसे नहीं कर रहे
He's
हैं
gonna have the BKB, so will
कुछ ना कुछ और भी कैरी है ना शायद उठा लेगा मतलब देखो ट्रोल शायद वो लोग ऐसे वर्कआउट किया कि अगर उठा भी लिया तो उसको हम लोग कंट्रोल करके कुछ ना कुछ करके मार देंगे
हाँ वही मतलब जो इधर उधर
हाँ कुछ ना कुछ काउंटर पिक करके या फिर काउंटर करके क्योंकि तुम एक को बंद करोगे तो दो आ जाएगा उन लोग का तो एटलीस्ट 2-3 कैरी हाथ में रहता है कि अगर ये बैन हुआ तो और एक आ ही जाएगा वो अगर कोई कौन सा बोला टीआई ओजी बोल रहा था कि मतलब वो जो ट्रू साइड में दिखा रहा था वो लोग डिस्कस में बोल रहा था इधर वी लीव दिस कैरी एंड गेट लेट देम हैव द कंफर्ट कैरी और वही
याद है सब बोल रहा था
हाँ और या फिर उन लोग को कैरी लेने दो और हम लोग देख लेंगे गेम में
ये तो कल तो वही बोला था
तो बात वही है कि तुम
हेडबाउंड का कोच
मतलब बात वही है कि तुम कंफर्ट जोन वाला कैरी दे सकते हो या फिर वेट करो
It'll take the magnifying monocle. Okay, so a little bit of extra attack range, extra magic resist as well.
क्योंकि एक कैरी बैन करेगा क्या पता जैसे आना जैसे किया था आयोग लेके कोई नहीं सोचा कि आयोग लेके कैरी करेगा क्या पता उन लोग का एल्डर टाइटन उठा के कैरी कर लिया मतलब कैरी करता भी है एल्डर टाइटन अब भोसडी वाले एल्डर टाइटन का एक चमाट मारेगा तो साला लंगटा कर देता है
एक्चुअली ये बात है ना कि वो लोग देखा है
ओ क्लॉकवर्क मरा
फटाया
पर ये लोग आ रहे हैं फाइट लेने स्नाइपर ओ नाइस डॉज स्नाइपर का देखा
एक तो रोशान प्लस वो कुकी दे
हाँ इस साला ये सही डॉज था एकदम
रोशान के पास पोस्टर
रोशन भी लाइक मेरा साथ ये क्या हुआ सामने ही तो था बुढ़ाओ कहाँ गया
ए बुढ़ाओ नो गायब
Enigma Galaxy aren't going to contest this.
चलिए
It looked nice for a second, right? Because Ghost had the angle, but there's a cookie, there's a force step, there's a lot of different disengage. You have to be careful of this.
And XM was so ready.
ये लोअर ब्रैकेट
He was so ready to
हाँ ये नॉकआउट स्टेज
from that troll, and there it is. Roche
हारेगा टाटा बाई बाई
and Aegis picked up by Arme.
They give it to Ame. Cool. That's interesting.
यहाँ पे तुम हारा यू से बाई बाई टू
Big difference because if they use majority of the spells on the first one, then Ame
बोला तो चेहरा धुला नहीं उसको साला बाल्टी में चुबा के रखा था सारा रात
जैसे वो अंगूर लोगों करता है ना वैसे ही
तुम देख रहे हो उसका प्लेस तुम देख रहे हो उसका प्लेस देख रहा है
स्नाइपर को बचाया है अच्छा से
एटलीस्ट 2-3 बार तो गारंटी डेथ से बचाया
Enigma Galaxy, you avoided
मारो
it,
हेल्म ऑफ
or you
डोमिनेटर
still going to try and make plays
ए भाई वैसा मत दे मारा ये साला
longer just for that time
करो
in
हेल्म ऑफ
particular.
डोमिनेटर
But still, they could look for these global.
देख के एलर्जी लगता है भाई
They do have that availability, but I would say that XG, they're the ones that are looking to lead the charge. I said that before, and Enigma was the one that actually took the fight, but I would imagine so with this Aegis.
I mean, they should feel pretty strong still, even though the numbers are close.
The team fight
Oh,
still has to
GH.
be very specific for the side of Nigma.
And they're going to find
एलर्जी के मेरे को तो अंदर से होता ओए
बाप रे बाप
पकड़ो पकड़ो जीएस को पकड़ो
गया 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 पकड़ लिया
a little bit of a freebie for Extreme. Next
करो
round,
ना।
time's getting finished off
तुम
though
यहाँ
for
कैसे है?
Enigma Galaxy.
तुम यहाँ पे कर क्या रहा है
हाँ तुम यहाँ क्या कर
Has got
रहा
the
है
BKB ready for the next team fight.
सिक्योरिटी गार्ड
Which could be, if Ame is not addressed, if he doesn't get killed early in this one, it could be devastating. The Bloodthorn is done. Manta, Phantasm, Bloodthorn.
क्या
If
है?
anyone gets ripped,
जिंक्यू
they are
बोसड़ी
just
के
pretty
स्नैपर
much
लिया है
I mean, this is the
हैं?
अरे नहीं
अरे नहीं
If
स्नैप
they
है
get the stun into Bloodthorn and they have sort of
ये तो
sniper-
अलग ही है स्नाइपर चिंकू
Like,
स्नाइपर
स्नाइपर चिंकू लगा ना तो जॉयस बोलेगा हम जातीस कोई और कोई गेम खेलतीस
It has to be very specific.
अभी गेम हम चालू नहीं किया है खेलना अभी देख रहे हैं
Look for a fight here.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah,
like they
yeah.
are perhaps thinking about something. I'm seeing some lines.
देखो मैच अच्छा चल रहा है
कॉमा में मत दो
XXS,
हाँ
I was seeing he was debating which build he wants to go
कॉमा
for
में
a couple
जाएंगे तो
times
गेम
here.
ओपन हो
He
जाएगा
has a
डोंट
full
वरी
axe of the Mars.
बट यही है कि थोड़ा स्पेस दे दे रहे हैं हम लोग
Yeah, so pretty devastating.
नहीं,
in
नहीं,
terms
टावर
of
मार रहा है,
controlling
मार रहा है।
Pugna, who's trying to save allies,
पटाया,
and
पटाया,
Bogus
पटाया,
getting
देखो
the
ना।
KP off.
अभी
मतलब स्नाइपर कभी
cancel
बोलना चाहते हैं कि स्नाइपर कभी डैमेज उतना ज्यादा नहीं है
fight around this tier 2.
तो कुछ है ही नहीं उसके पास
नहीं डिफ्यूज आ रहा
मार रहा है वो
है डिफ्यूज हाँ ठीक है वो लोग माना डिपेंडेंट हीरो है
अच्छा हाँ ना ट्रोल तो बहुत मारने नहीं
ट्रोल क्या पगना है क्लॉकवर्क है अंडरलॉर्ड है वो लोग माना डिपेंडेंट हीरो है
जीएस बोलते चलो भाई ये एक्स नोवा मिलता है
पगना मर ओह शिट पगना बच गया अरे हाँ मार 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 पगना को मार साले को अरे बहुत सारे क्या डिक्रिफाई किया अपने आप को
चौकस नहीं
मार 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 ए पगना पगना का हेल्थ देखा
पगना लौड़ा अभी ये के लिए बाहर गई
ए भाई एक हिट से बच गया रे साले पगना का वाला मर जाता शांति से
नहीं भाई उसके अंदर एक्सपीरियंस है पकड़ना
No chance for the team fight to continue in Enigma Galaxy's favor.
I do not think they expected this to come out from XXS.
इस
This
सार
early
के
just gets the
सुमेल
X off. You're not going to preemptively click your
T3
B
ले
on
रहा है,
these
बताओ।
team fights. Gets the control pre-BKB
क्या?
and
ले भी
then
लिया था T3 ले लिया आधा 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 से ज्यादा
हाँ तो वो काइट कर रहे हैं ना कुछ
डोमिनेटर बोल दो हेल्प हाँ हेल्प अरे भाई
काइट करके करके खेल रहे हैं ना सुमेल क्योंकि उसको भी पता है टीम फाइट नहीं कर पा रहे ये लोग
there from XG this time around.
ये तो आपका वाला बिहेवियर है
XM continuing to maintain
फाइट नहीं हो रहा है हम जा रहे
top of the network.
हाँ तो कर कर कुछ नहीं पाएंगे फाइट में
वही बात है फाइट नहीं जीत पा रहे हैं जा रहे थे
Again, it really is for these two carries that
अब उसमें कोई गलती नहीं है
पर कुछ कर भी नहीं पर कुछ कर भी नहीं पाओगे
try and deal with.
हाँ,
And so much
ये वैसे ही
timing.
खेला ही
This is
जाता है
something that we always have to talk about when there's a
ऑब्जेक्टिव
troll
लेना
war, right?
पड़ता है
The problem that's here is
फाइट
this
और अभी जैसा ऑब्जेक्ट मतलब ऐसे टावर्स लेना भी उतना फायदा नहीं हो रहा क्योंकि एक टावर भी ले लोगे कहीं ना कहीं तुम लूज ही हो रहे तो टीम फाइट रहना बेटर है बट वो भी देखना पड़ेगा कि सिचुएशन वाइज
He's going to be caught.
अरे तो गया मार बच गया पगना डेड
to get easier for them.
मजा आएगा
The XX, I call this usually the
सही है
XXS
पकड़ना
moves
कोई
that
टारगेट
very, very rarely
हम लोग साला इतना टिल्टेड है हम लोग साला एक हीरो मर रहा है
pretty ridiculous from this Mars.
पूरा पुश ऐसा लग रहा है कैरी मर रहा है
हाँ तो अब क्या बोल रहे साला कल से मेरा दिमाग खराब हो रहा है एक ड्राफ्टिंग इतना खराब हो रहा है फिर साला
Do this. They're going to try. Samel jumps
ओ भाई गया
They're looking to get the lockdown onto Arme. Goes. He's in. Straight
गया
XXS for now. XXS is
जो
going to try
भागा है
and tank this,
साला
but the damage
गया ये फाइट वो लोग हारेगा लग रहा है
over the wall. He'll be
और मे बी नॉट।
किधर है? पटाया
हाँ मार रहे पीछे से मार रहे हैं। ओ नहीं,
डैमेज है स्नाइपर का। है
अरे उसका डिफ्यू है तो उफ।
पटाया।
अरे नहीं, कल से इतना खराब वाला वो सिचुएशन हो रहा है ना, ड्राफ्टिंग वाला थिंग, ड्राफ्टिंग खराब। साला जो टीम सोच रहा है
आइटम भी बना रहा है वो भी खराब।
जो टीम जीतना चाहता है वो साला जीत तो छोड़ दो, उसको मन ही नहीं है खेलने का।
हाँ मन ही नहीं खेलने का, ऐसा खेल रहा है।
हाँ जैसे ओजी का था एक समय TI8, अगर देखोगे वो लोग पर्पसली हार रहा था कि उस लोग को लोअर ब्रैकेट में जाना था।
इजी था
उन लोग को, हाँ उन लोग को लोअर ब्रैकेट चाहिए था, अपर ब्रैकेट नहीं चाहिए था।
इजियर एनिमीज डायरेक्ट फाइनल घुस जाओ। बट इधर तो उल्टा है, इधर तो जो टॉप 3 है वो टॉप 3 नीचे है।
इधर हमको पता नहीं है क्या हो रहा है, देखो हमको कोई भरोसा नहीं है, कौन साला इतना पैसा है साला, हमको पता नहीं है। उस दिन ड्राफ्ट देख के इतना गुस्सा आया था हमको। वो ड्राफ्ट देखकर ना इतना दिमाग खराब हुआ था। अरे भाई TI खेलना है, थोड़ा जीतो, मारधार करो।
पटाया तो बीकेबी बना रहा है। पटाया
to bail out whoever XXS looks to get his hands on with the Hex.
And they do not have, I mean, they do have a defensive four-step as we see from GH, but he can't do everything. He's been trying to save his allies as much as possible, but just could not on that last situation. Okay, Ame. What's he gonna get? It's a big
एक्सट्रीम कंडीशन वाला प्लेनेट मिल गया तुमको। देखो तो यहाँ पे वो है क्या, स्टॉर्म क्रिस्टल। F दबा के देख, तुम मरने वाला है वैसे। एक्सट्रीम स्टॉर्म में तुम्हारा ट्रिपल रेट में हीट गिर रहा है।
This is really clever the way that they've been able to play this one. DD top, Ame.
We've seen at Nigma Galaxy earlier on, they were able to sort of turn the tides a little bit. Despite the lead that XG were getting throughout these team fights, now it's at a much tougher point.
It feels like they worked magic in that fight top, to be honest with you, because it felt like they had almost no qualms of winning that one, but having that fight go decent for them has put them into at least a position where they could fight earlier, but now we're seeing the problems as Ame, one more token.
I've got the Blink Dagger now on Ghost, so he'll have a little bit better of a chance of finding his targets.
His damage still feels limited, I gotta be honest.
Here we go, what's
oh my god, he got the stitch in.
Yep. 35 minutes in, the power here of this fast.
अब मजा आएगा, अब मजा आएगा। देख रहा है,
देख रहा है।
स्टीजन डिसोलेटर आ गया। हाँ अब तो मजा आएगा।
T5 बैटन कैसा है?
क्या?
Again, this Chaos Knight and Sniper are going to be doing so much damage in these team fights.
60 मिनट्स में आता है T5।
चेंज नहीं, एक सेकंड, नहीं खुद ही भूल गया था, हमसे देखे
60 मिनट्स में आता है TGN।
न्यूट्रल आइटम,
इसको न्यूट्रल आइटम कैसे मिला है कियोस नाइट को?
ये तो हमको भी हम ध्यान नहीं दिया, हमसे देखा क्या रे स्टीजन डेसोलेटर उसको मिल गया।
अरे 60 मिनट्स में आता है,
थोड़ा पीछे जाके देखना पड़ेगा।
अरे हम भी स्ट्रीम पे वो है ना,
हम पीछे जा रहे हैं, हम पीछे जा रहे हैं।
ऑटो एक्सटेंशन, हां उसमें हम देखे TGN है। और कल तो चोकोस नेट नहीं खेला हुआ।
Fantastic spot here.
Just don't know how Ghost does damage. I feel like he needs that next item before the fight, but he is going for Satanic next, which is just survivability. I guess he does have Alacrity plus Solar Crest to buff him up a bit there, but feels like they are getting too tanky.
That's CK facet,
अच्छा facet से, अच्छा वही। हम लोग CK खेलना बंद कर दिए, हम लोग को पता ही नहीं है।
हाँ CK पे एक facet है जिससे उसको T5 है 30 मिनट्स में। अरे
पैस क्या हमको पता ही नहीं था।
30 मिनट पहले T5 है मेरे पास।
especially with this refresher now on XXS.
And all these brand new neutral items that they've been able to pick up some really big
मैं hacking लिख रहा
so
हूँ
many things flowing in for
मैं हम लोग चूतिया जैसा सोचा साला इसका टीपाई कहाँ से मिल गया
They just haven't had that much growth in these last few months.
fundamental for the
यार वो खेलने का इफेक्ट
Chaos Knight can craft artifacts from the next tier when making a neutral item.
It's a risky move, but maybe a risk that needs to be taken
Yeah,
to get themselves back in this game.
All right, Roche, it is up.
हाँ वो भी बात है कि इसमें होता नहीं है ना हम लोग
Scout out the
30
situation.
मिनट
They
और
know
30
what's
मिनट
going down.
नहीं हम लोग तो मतलब सीके वैसे पहले जैसे खेलता था अभी तो नहीं उठाते ना जैसे संदीप खेलता था सीके अभी तो नहीं उठाते ना हम लोग
Long wrap around. Try and get up on this high ground.
और रूसियन भी खेलता था
हाँ रुशियन भी खेलता था
She will break, they know.
Army's coming in.
Tier 6
They know what's up now. They know whereabouts Nick Galaxy.
क्या रुशियन सीके उठाओ अब से
On towards Noob, controlling the
बाप रे ओ भाई
क्या डैमेज पड़ा है भाई मूव पे
भाई साहब डैमेज देखो स्नाइपर का
Goes trying to desperate least kill Shinkyu, but Shinkyu surviving. Can he actually finish off the job? He can't. Shinkyu will live. Noob, he fought back for this. He's dead again.
स्नाइपर को फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है वहाँ पे
Galaxy, they've got to run. The second arena will be off the mark from XXS.
गैस क्लॉकवर्क डेड
Catch on to Omar. The fight is still theirs, Extreme.
एक्चुअली ट्रोल वॉरलॉर्ड बच जाएगा शायद या फिर नहीं
लीवर दे दिया है
नहीं अरे जेम गिरा हुआ है वहाँ पे
Again, it's just such an awkward
देखा
situation there where you sort of have Ghost trying to get this kill on Shinkyu. It just took him so much time.
जेम गिरा हुआ था सीक्रेट शॉप के पास जेम गिरा हुआ है
Shinkyu dies at the end of it all, but at that point, the rest of the fight for the rest of the team has crumbled.
They also lost their aura carrier immediately at the start of the fight. Noob just dies to the first control.
It's just so much damage from these two.
Right, XM and Ame doing the work with
ये मैच अच्छा जा रहा है एक्चुअली मतलब हारे जीते बट एटलीस्ट हाँ चलो फाइट तो हो रहा है ठीक ठाक लास्ट 2 दिन से साला बोरिंग मतलब जो टीआई मैचेस चल रहा है ना इतना क्या पता इतना स्लो गेम चल रहा था लास्ट 2 दिन से एक तो द ओजी प्रो इज हियर इसके लिए एक ही चाहिए
Coming out from this sniper.
Insane.
तुम साथ टीम बंद करते
Actually doing almost more than his entire team. Just
हाँ यार coming through with the woo
trying their best to hold back here. Enigma Galaxy nearly having the full lineup back up.
Ame will cut the bottom wave as well.
है वो है क्या भी
XM sticking
हाँ ना coming through with the woo
नहीं है
Level
क्या
25 has been hit.
meanwhile I'll be like
They can't push him off these barracks.
It's gone.
Enigma Galaxy
Everybody is back up, but
तुम कहाँ जा रहे हो
again trying to make a move and trying to make a move into the sniper still with so much time on the Aegis. Can they even stop their racks from going down in Enigma Galaxy?
XG is just gonna stay around here. They feel strong enough. They have double arena in 40 seconds. Eyes on XXS.
Is the smoke? They're going to try something again here.
That desperate smoke.
But the racks already gone.
And XG is ready. Look at their positioning here. XXS, he's reading the move.
I mean, we've seen his reactions this game have been immaculate on the Mars. If he sees them, he's going to be able to make that jump before they even get the chance to think.
X-Nova.
Catch it first from the side. He's got the full side. He's in with X.
गया
He misses. It's a whiff, so Ghost is able to get off the BKB. Take out X-Nova, and it's now in on top of Arme. Arme trying to bounce away.
नहीं ठीक है वो पीछे वाला बंदा जो है पगना
BKB now coming to an end. XM Ghost trying to do the damage to bring down the troll, but the glimmer's there. Noob, though, he will not stand a chance of escaping the two of them as that's
oh nice dodge
80. No buyback left on him. GH caught by
XM
the
is
Hex, caught the end,
unstoppable.
driven back by Arme.
XM भी like हमको फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता है
It is 3 dead on Enigma Galaxy and
GG है GG है
That might just be it. They've got to try to hold on for
ऐसा जिंको को बाल्टी में चुबा के आया है
but no BKB.
पूरा बाल्टी में ढुकाया उसको पूरा चुबाया
Ready to try and close this Enigma Galaxy, ready for their last ditch attempt to try and hold on.
गीला कपड़ा से पिटाया उसको फिर
Into the Hex, they're locking him down.
कुछ नहीं कर पा रहे कुछ नहीं कर पा रहे
रुशियन तुम फोन में देख रहा है कहा तुम लुदुर बड़ा स्क्रीन में देखो अरे तुम्हारा गेमिंग चेयर क्या हुआ? गेमिंग चेयर में रिक्लाइन करके देख सकता है, उसमें तुम लेट के देख सकते हो।
They're going to give it a chance here by the looks of it when Noob's up in 10, but the tier 4s are falling. They might not even get that time. As there's Omar, in with the hook shot. Noob back up in 2 seconds, but Omar gets destroyed. The ancient exposed. Noob's back in, tries to get over the fight, but the Hex of this Samel will jump for, but
और XM को मतलब थोड़ा पगला हो गया XM।
With their own heroes, X-Nova sipping his drink at the end of it, saying that was easy. One fight that Nigma took that looked pretty cool in that top one, they had a good turnaround, but afterwards, XG put them back in their place. The team fights are just, it felt impossible, honestly. I was still very impressed, as I said, with that one fight that Nigma took, but my goodness, this draft and this play from Extreme, it felt like they got what they wanted. XM, he gets this sniper in a perfect position. He has these bodyguards to protect him, and I didn't get to see the damage numbers at the end, but